And hello there, Cougar Academy Algebra 1, and welcome to lesson 6.1. Today, what are inequalities in mathematics? So, you really deal with inequalities all the time, whether or not you realize it. And in one case, such as you need to be at least 18 years old to buy a lottery ticket. Only guests that are at most 60 inches tall can ride the Coco Cruiser. And you are allowed to invite up to 6 people to a party. So these expressions are inequalities in mathematics. They involve some keywords such as at least, at most, and up to. And we have two types of inequalities. The first type is known as greater than. So that is symbolized by this sign here, little arc. So you can have greater than or you can have less than. And less than is kind of like an L on its side. That's a good way to remember them. Also, there's greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. So solving and drawing inequalities. Taking a look at number 1 here. Basically, this is saying x is less than 1. So a number, x, any number is less than 1. So we are going to highlight on our number line 1. I'll just write down x is less than 1. That's what's being said. So we're going to highlight again 1. And I'm going to use an open circle. And now we want to think what values are less than 1. Well, those are things like 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, so forth. And we're going to highlight that part of the line. And there we go. And that's it. Just drawing that inequality. Similar. So this example, we have x, and we're using the greater than. So x is, or any number, is greater than -2. So we're going to highlight -2 with an open circle. And this time you want to think what numbers are bigger than -2. Well, that's everything on the other side. So -1, 0, 1, 2, and so forth. Slightly different is number 3 here. So this time, 6 is greater than or equal to v. I think it could be helpful to write down. We have a few things. 1, this is written a little backwards. And 2, we have the equal to sign. So I encourage you, rewrite this so that the v is on the other side. And that's simply flipping everything around. So notice how the arrow is still pointing towards the v when you flip it. This helps you kind of realize that it's really the same thing as v is less than or equal to 6. So we're going to highlight and use a solid circle this time. Solid because of the equal to. And this time we're going to say everything to the left, so everything less than 6. It can be tricky if you do not kind of catch that and rewrite it. So it's helpful to rewrite so the variable's on the left. Once again, 2 is greater than or equal to v. Think of it instead as v is less than or equal to 2. This way you can kind of see if I highlight 2 on the number line. And remember, going to use a solid circle and switching around to the left there. So v is less than or equal to 2. Now going backwards, this time around, writing an inequality from each graph. Basically, so it's helpful. We have 3, but we also know everything to the right is highlighted. So we're thinking we want x bigger or greater than 3. So that's how we'll write it, is simply x greater or equal to 3 because of the solid circle. So it's kind of written a little backwards, but just think bigger, you're going to use greater than. Okay? And also equal to because of the solid circle. Similarly with the next one here. Now, again, you can also have rewritten this the other way around. 3 is less than or equal to x. It's the same thing, but you just have to be careful. Number 6 here, let's see. If you want to try it out, you certainly can. We got 0, and this time x is again bigger. So x is on the right-hand side. And no closed circle, so we just have strictly x is greater than 0 because it's open. It's an open circle, but we're still dealing with bigger numbers, so we just keep it just like that. Last 2 examples, just some less than examples here. So we have 6. And we have x less than. So less than or equal to 6 because it's on the left-hand side. So you can highlight that on in there. So x is smaller than 6. And let's look at the others. And this time we're going to use closed or open circle. If you said open circle, so less than 6 again, only difference is the bar is not right underneath there. So great job, guys. That is writing inequalities, essentially. Try out those practice problems and let me know if you have any trouble.